The first pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select Deandre Ayton.
Is Deandre Ayton really that bad? Fans always wonder whether what they see on the court tells the whole story about a player. Let's talk about Deandre Ayton. Some say he's not living up to the hype, but is he really as bad as they say? To truly understand Ayton's game, we need to look beyond the surface. We have a lot to talk about his coaches and what the teammates have to say about him. One way to analyze his current stats is by checking how he stacks up against the other players in his position. Deandre Ayton is a basketball player known for his agility and skill. He was picked first in the 2018 NBA Draft by the Phoenix Suns, but despite his talent, things haven't been easy for him. Talks about extending his contract didn't go well, and he felt undervalued by his team. Since entering the NBA, Ayton hasn't had a smooth journey. Although he was expected to be a star, his performance has been disappointing to some. He hasn't always seen eye to eye with his coach, Monty Williams, which added to the challenges. In fact, many people wonder what went wrong for Ayton. He was once seen as the future face of the big men in NBA, but controversies and doubts about his effort have arisen. His performances haven't lived up to the expectations set for a #1 overall draft pick. Despite the setbacks, there's still hope for Ayton. He has the potential to turn things around and show everyone what he's capable of on the court. But it won't be easy, and he'll need to overcome the doubts and criticisms that have surrounded him. In conclusion, Deandre Ayton's journey in the NBA hasn't been as smooth as expected. From being a highly anticipated draft pick to facing criticism and doubts, he's had his fair share of challenges, but with determination and hard work, he has the ability to change the narrative and fulfill the potential that many saw in him when he was drafted. Deandre Ayton is a big guy, standing at 7 foot 1 inch tall and weighing 250 pounds. He's known for his athleticism and skill on the basketball court, especially with his footwork in the post and his ability to defend against smaller players. When Ayton first entered the NBA, many fans thought he had the potential to become a superstar. But now, almost 6 years after being drafted first overall by the Phoenix Suns, he hasn't quite lived up to those expectations. He's not considered one of the best players in the league, and some don't even see him as one of the top players in his position. However, Ayton still has time to change that. He's now playing for the Portland Trail Blazers, hoping for a fresh start and a chance to prove himself, but it's still hard to ignore the fact that he was picked ahead of players like Luka Doncic, Trae Young, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Jalen Brunson in the 2018 draft. The big question now is whether Ayton will ever reach his full potential. People seem to forget how impressive he was in college. At the University of Arizona, he dominated the court, averaging 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks per game in his debut. He was even named the Pac-12 Player of the Year. After his standout freshman year, Ayton declared for the NBA draft and was selected first overall by the Suns. He had a strong start, that's for sure, scoring a double-double in his debut game and continuing to put up impressive numbers throughout his rookie season. But since then, he hasn't quite lived up to the hype. Now, Ayton has a lot to prove, both to himself and to the basketball world. During his first year in the NBA, Deandre Ayton was a superstar on the court. He broke records for the Phoenix Suns, making an incredible 39 double-doubles, which means he scored double-digit points and grabbed double-digit rebounds in a single game. Man, Ayton was the team's top rebounder, grabbing an average of 10 rebounds per game, and he scored an average of 16 points per game, all with an impressive shooting percentage of 59%. And as time went on, people's expectations for Ayton grew even higher. In the 2020-21 season, he played a crucial role in the Suns' journey to the playoffs, their first appearance since 2010. During the playoffs, Ayton's performance was outstanding. He scored an average of 16 points and grabbed 12 rebounds per game in 22 playoff games. Ayton's scoring was particularly effective during cuts and pick and rolls, and his defense improved significantly, especially against tough opponents like Denver Nuggets MVP Nikola Jokic. Jokic himself admitted that Ayton was a tough matchup for him during the regular season, and Ayton's defense proved crucial in the Suns' victory over the Nuggets in the playoffs. This performance earned Ayton a lot of praise and raised expectations even further. In the NBA Finals against the Milwaukee Bucks, Ayton continued to impress. In Game 1, he scored 22 points and grabbed 19 rebounds, helping the Suns to a victory. Throughout the playoffs, Ayton showed incredible strength and determination, recording 6 double-doubles with at least 15 rebounds, a feat matched by very few players in the NBA history. However, despite Ayton's remarkable performances, the Suns faced challenges, especially against the physicality of Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Bucks' star player. Ayton had to adjust his game to counter Giannis' strengths, showing his versatility and adaptability on the court. Overall, Ayton's journey in the NBA has been impressive, but the pressure is on for him to continue improving and meeting the high expectations set for him by fans and the basketball world. During the NBA Finals, Deandre struggled to defend against Giannis. Giannis seemed to be everywhere, and Ayton couldn't keep up. The series affected Ayton's confidence and trust in his team, and as a result, the following season, Ayton's performance dropped significantly. He played fewer minutes per game than ever before, and his overall numbers decreased. And things got even worse during the playoffs in 2022. Especially in a game against the Dallas Mavericks, Ayton's free throw shooting was particularly bad, which disappointed the Phoenix Suns' management. Reports suggested that Ayton wasn't happy with the team, including issues with his coaching staff. Despite attempts to address these problems, tensions between Ayton and the Suns boiled over during a game against the Washington Wizards. Ayton and coach Monty Williams were seen arguing during a timeout, highlighting their strained relationship. And earlier in the offseason, Ayton had admitted that he hadn't spoken to Coach Williams at all. This lack of communication worsened the situation. Despite Ayton's efforts to mend the relationship, his playing time decreased in crucial games, making him feel undervalued by the organization. Additionally, Ayton felt disrespected when the Suns didn't offer him a contract extension. These issues made Ayton's situation even more difficult, as he then struggled to find his place within the team and regain the trust of his coach and teammates. Despite averaging nearly 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists per game, Deandre's relationship with his coach and teammates wasn't great. But there's more to it. Deandre struggled with his work ethic. Sure, people might laugh at memes about him, like that moment against Denver, but the real problem is his consistency on the court. During his first playoff run in 2021, Deandre faced criticism for not stepping up against top players like Giannis, even in the 2022 playoffs. He struggled in crucial moments, especially on defense. His lack of effort was frustrating, especially considering his inconsistency throughout his time with the Phoenix Suns. And in the 2023 playoffs, Ayton was up against Nikola Jokic, who was playing incredibly well. Ayton was expected to challenge him, but it seemed like he wasn't even there. Denver's game plan was clear: take advantage of Ayton's defensive weaknesses. They made him work hard, leading to mistakes and scoring opportunities for Denver. Whether it was miscommunication or Ayton overthinking his defensive assignments, the result was the same. The Suns were left vulnerable. Ayton's hesitation and indecisiveness on defense cost the team, highlighting the ongoing issues with his consistency and effort. The Suns needed Deandre to step up defensively in the playoffs, especially against tough opponents like the Denver Nuggets, but Ayton's performance was inconsistent, leading to easy scores for the Nuggets. On September 27, 2023, just before the start of the new season, Ayton was involved in a big trade. He was traded to the Portland Trail Blazers as part of a 3-team trade that also included the Milwaukee Bucks and the Suns. This trade centered around Damian Lillard moving to the Bucks. In fact, Ayton's move to the Trail Blazers was expected to be a fresh start for him, with no more conflicts with the coach or teammates and less pressure to perform on a team in a rebuilding mode. Ayton had a chance to unleash his full potential in Portland. Now was the perfect time for Deandre to become a superstar, right? Well, actually, it's been his worst season yet. People are more worried about Ayton than ever. He joked about bringing dominance to Portland, but his game hasn't been dominant at all. In fact, his stats are the lowest there have ever been. Ayton is only averaging 13.8 points per game. The Suns' criticism of Ayton's inconsistency and lack of effort seems to make sense now. 6 years after being drafted, Ayton was supposed to be one of the best big men in the NBA. He was expected to be up there with players like Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and Bam Adebayo. But instead, he's gotten worse each season. So, can Deandre Ayton turn things around and become the star everyone thought he'd be? Or will he end up like the other first overall picks who never lived up to expectations? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, see you all!